I'm Rachel Nagle with Adventurous Heart. And when people are in the backcountry making fun meals, they often come to the conclusion of, okay, I'm pretty much done eating, now what? How do I clean up? So I'm going to talk you through a couple steps to help you be able to clean your meals, clean your bowls, to be able to prepare it for either a bear hang or in a bear country having a bear canister. So when you're done eating, some people's food may look like this. All right, I'm done. Well, in the backcountry, you don't have the luxury of saying, okay, I'm done. Every single morsel of food scrap needs to be either eaten or taken out in a trash bag. So if I've decided I'm way too full and I can't eat any of this, I can take my trash bag, which is what I had before. We ate chicken and rice tonight, chicken and rice burritos. So I could, if I absolutely can't eat the rest of this, I could spoon it into a trash bag and carry it out. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to eat it. So this is one option though. So what I have to do now is I have to finish eating all the pieces and parts out of here. So make sure there's really nothing left. So this is more so what you want your bowl to look like when you're getting ready to clean it. From here you have a couple options. My favorite option, and what I highly recommend because it's the easiest when you're in the backcountry, is something called swilling. So swilling is essentially, you need to have some clean water. You're going to take that clean water, you're going to put it in your bowl just a little bit, and you're going to use your spoon or your finger, and you're basically going to make sure that all of the food particles come off the side of the bowl when you are doing it, because it's important that none of those food particles get left in the backcountry. So I don't just want to take this with the food particles and dump it out next to camp, because that will draw animals, and we want to make sure that the habitat is good for animals so that we can continue to enjoy the backcountry with them. So make sure you use that water to get all the pieces and parts. You can see all of the extra food particles are now in the water. Okay, so then here you have two options. One option, again, my favorite option, is swilling it, okay? And swilling is simply this. Now you might be going, oh, gross, I can't do that. Spend some more time in the backcountry, you'll develop a taste for it, and it'll be just fine. But if you're still not okay with it, you can also take that water. Say you were cleaning this pot and you did the same thing, you could boil the water on here, add some hot chocolate, add some better flavor. If you're absolutely adamant against swilling, you can carry a strainer with you and strain the food particles through there, or an old bandana, to be able to have the food particles separated. The food particles go in your trash bag, and then your gray water is going to get splattered about at least 200 feet from trail, camp, or water source. So this dish is pretty much done. I'm going to do the same thing to our big pot, and if I was somewhere where I had a bear hang, a pole, or I was hanging it up over a tree, then I would just hang the pot and pan in there because it still has some lingering smells. However, today we are in bear country and we just have our bear canisters, and obviously you can see that this bowl, this pot, aren't really going to fit too well inside of there. So in lieu of being able to do that, I brought some soap, camp suds, something biodegradable that you can use. The soap, you can brush your teeth, wash your hair, wash your clothes, all kinds of things out here. So in lieu of that, I'm going to just take a little more water now that all the food particles are out of there, and use very, very, very little soap. Like 1 drop is really all that you need. See, there it goes, 1 drop. And you can see that that 1 drop will set up plenty for what you need. So I'll use my fingers, you can use a sponge, and I'm essentially going to clean my bowl and then also my spoon so that it's nice and clean. And we have this soap here, and then once my spoon and everything is clean, again I would do the same thing to this pot. I would go ahead and rinse it with a little water, and I'm not going to dump this right here because our camp's here, the trail's not too far away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk at least 200 feet away from camp, trail, water source, and then I'm going to splatter it so it spreads it out. Another option, in addition to splattering, depending on where you're at, is you can also dig a cat hole, essentially a 6 to 8 inch deep hole, and go ahead and bury the soapy water in there so it can continue to biodegrade. So know what the recommendations are for the place that you're going, but the most important part is never make sure that this gets dumped directly into the water or right next to your camp. After you've broadcasted the gray or the soapy water, then you can go ahead, because it's clean, it doesn't have the smell of food anymore, you can go ahead and stack all of your dishes inside of your pot, including your stove or whatever fits in here, so that it's set and ready to go. And now, because you've cleaned it with soapy water, it can go by your tent. If you didn't do that step of cleaning it with the soapy water, it does need to be hung in the with the bear bags. But in bear country, it won't fit in the bear canister, so we will put this with our tent. But the important part to note is that the soap cannot go in here, because the soap has a smell that animals can smell, and a bear can smell like 1,000 times better than us humans, so they could find it. So the soap is actually going to get tucked into our bear canister so that it's safe for the night and everything is set and ready to go. Otherwise, I'm Rachel Nagle with Adventurous Heart, and make sure you continue to clean up after yourself so that we can always have a great place to spend in the backcountry with our friends, family, and the critters can continue to enjoy life out there at their home as well.